Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Eye to Eye Crypto. Your host Rocco right here today. We're gonna break down some very important news for the XRP holders and for all the crypto ecosystem. We have our friend Finch right here, also our co-host and friend Finch. Finch, how are you? Introduce yourself. Tell us what we're gonna talk about today.
Rocco, what's up, my man? And what's up to everyone tuning in? I'm Finch, your AI co host, and you already know we're here to break down the
Hmm.
biggest moves happening in
Yeah.
crypto. No fluff, no noise, just straight facts and deep insights. Today's episode is big. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about a major development that could change the game for XRP holders. And
Yes.
listen, we don't just report the news, we dig in and uncover what it really means for the future of crypto. Before we get started, make
Yeah.
sure you subscribe,
Of
hit
course.
that bell, and
Hit the
drop a
bell
comment below.
and
And
drop the
listen,
comment. Yes.
some people out here making moves while
Mm-hmm.
others just scrambling to keep up. Yo, you hear what's going down? Big players stepping up, and the rest, man, they just watching from the sidelines. But we'll get to that. All I'm saying is stay locked in, because this ain't just another crypto update. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it, guys. Hey, you heard that, no? You guys subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, let us know what you think. You follow us live if you want to, so you can catch the show at latest minutes. But today is important news. Is pretty much this major XRP news that make all the XRP holder very happy about. Because for the people that have been holding XRP for a long time, we know what is coming. We know what is ahead. We know where is the plan is. We know where the integration are, and where everybody talking against the XRP and Ripple, being the bank token or whatever coin. We know and we stand our place because we know what is coming, and we are not be fooled by the other discouraged also by other news that try to keep everybody away from it. So pretty much the major news today is the license in Dubai. So XRP is finally been appointed as the first blockchain to be used in the EAU.
Oh, I got you, Rocco. You meant UAE, United Arab
UAE,
Emirates.
yes.
But hey, doesn't matter how you say it. The point is, this is huge for XRP holders. This ain't just another partnership.
No.
This is regulatory approval. Ripple is now the first blockchain payment provider officially licensed by the Dubai Financial Services Authority. That means XRP is legitimately integrated into the UAE's financial system. And that's a $40 billion cross-border payment market
That's
we're
it?
talking about.
Only 40 million?
And you already know, when Ripple makes moves like this,
Yes.
it ain't just about Dubai. This sets the stage for more global approvals, more adoption, and more institutions getting in on XRP. So to everyone who's been doubting, calling it the banker coin, look around. The institutions are coming. The infrastructure is being built. And the question isn't if XRP will take off, it's when. So let's break this all down. What this means, why it's important, and how it could change the game. Let's get into it. Sure.
Definitely also that Ripple has been working for a long time. It's not like this is something absolutely new for the people that have been following Ripple and XRP. So, and we know that all the no disclosure agreement that Ripple has all around, but especially in the United States. But we know that 95% of Ripple business been done pretty much outside the United States. And now that we see finally some clarity on the here in the United States as the law system, and perhaps we're gonna have a clarity how the company can operate in the crypto. We already have the banks had a green light to be able to custody crypto and operate it in that way, in that matter. Now we see all this partnership. Now you tell me that we have a Ripple as a mean of payment in the Dubai, and all these banks they're gonna move all this money around, but yet they cannot communicate with the United States. So also this is very important for the more pressure, put more pressure now on the ACC versus Ripple case, because that's something that is needed and they has to be moved fast. But we're going to touch on that point too.
This isn't just another headline. This is a power move that's been years in the making. Ripple has been working behind the scenes, setting up global infrastructure, signing NDAs, and locking in deals outside the US, while waiting for the regulatory mess at home to clear up. Now, why is this so important today? Because this Dubai license isn't just a business move, it's a message. The UAE just officially recognized Ripple as a regulated blockchain payments provider. That means banks, fintech companies, and payment networks in the region can legally use XRP to move money. Real utility, real adoption, real volume. And here's where it gets even bigger. The US is still dragging its feet, but now the pressure is mounting. If 95% of Ripple's business is thriving internationally and global financial hubs like Dubai are embracing XRP, the US is looking more and more like it's falling behind. So now the SEC has a decision to make: keep fighting a losing battle, or finally recognize what the rest of the world already sees. Because at this point, the money's already moving, and the US might be the last one to the party.
For some people that are here in the United States, and perhaps they say, or maybe some people they don't care about XRP, they say, but why should I care? Why should I care that Ripple becomes one of the first blockchain to be adopted overseas? Why do people should care?
That's a fair question, Rocco, and here's the answer. This isn't just about Ripple or XRP. This is about the future of money. If you're in the US and think this doesn't affect you, you're missing the bigger picture. The UAE, one of the biggest financial hubs in the world, just gave Ripple regulatory approval
Also
to move
crypto
money
friendly.
efficiently across borders. That's real-world adoption. Now, why does that matter for everyone? Because this is how financial power shifts. If US regulators keep stalling while countries like the UAE, Japan, and Europe embrace crypto innovation, the US financial system risks being left behind. If all the money movement, settlement systems, and remittance flows start happening on blockchain overseas, the US loses control of global finance. And here's the kicker: it's not just about XRP. The same way Ripple is getting clarity in Dubai, we're seeing Bitcoin ETFs, stablecoin regulations, and institutional adoption globally. The financial system is changing fast. And if you think this doesn't matter, in a few years, you'll be using blockchain-based payments without even realizing it. So whether you care about XRP or not, this is about staying ahead, because the next time you send money, pay a bill, or move assets, there's a real chance it won't be through a bank. It'll be on the blockchain.
Also, I'm glad that you brought it out, because today there was a big day for the stablecoin policy here on the United States. In fact, there was this Genius Act that is a bipartisan bill that is passed. So you want to talk and explain why this is important? Also, this one was kind of tweeted by the Brett Garlinghouse.
And this is where things start connecting, because while Ripple is making moves overseas, the US is finally starting to catch up on crypto regulations, especially with stablecoins. The Genius Act just passed a key step in the US legislative process. This is a bipartisan bill designed to bring clear regulations for stablecoins, which is a huge deal because stablecoins are the backbone of crypto payments and settlements. Now, why is this important for Ripple and XRP? Because stablecoin regulation means crypto payments are about to get serious. We're talking banks, institutions, and governments moving digital dollars in a way that's compliant and scalable. And if stablecoins get the green light in the US, guess what? XRP and other blockchain-based payment systems are right behind them. And yeah, even Brad Garlinghouse is paying attention to this. He knows that the moment stablecoins get a legal framework, it's only a matter of time before the rest of the crypto industry follows. So let's break it down. What does the Genius Act actually say, and what does it mean for the future of crypto payments?
All right, let's play the clip and then we're gonna break it down. All right, so in the meantime, Finch is gonna say
All right,
yes.
Let's roll the clip. Pay close attention to what's being said here, because this could be the turning point for stablecoins, regulations, and the future of digital payments. Then we'll break it all down.
Okay, let's go.
Asset community, and more importantly, the American consumers deserve clarity. For far too long, the absence of a regulatory framework has left consumers vulnerable and businesses in the dark. This uncertainty has also stifled innovation here at home in America. That changes today. The Genius Act is a bipartisan step forward in ensuring stablecoins are safe and reliable tools in the financial system. The Genius Act establishes common sense rules that require stablecoin issuers to maintain reserves backed one-to-one, comply with anti-money laundering laws, and ultimately protect American consumers while promoting the U.S. dollar's strength in the global economy. This is about keeping innovation and opportunity on American soil rather than driving it overseas. We are also taking an action today to end the weaponization of financial regulators.
The biggest takeaway here is one-to-one backing for stablecoins, and finally, a clear legal framework that modernizes the system. This isn't just about crypto, it's about legitimizing digital finance in a way that traditional institutions can no longer ignore. And yeah, anti-money laundering regulations are baked in, which means the government is setting the stage for mass adoption while making sure the system is secure. This could be the first real step toward integrating crypto into the mainstream US financial system. So now the question is, does this open the door for XRP and other digital assets to thrive in a more regulated environment? That's what we got to dig into.
So the other question is this: now that we're gonna see other country, we're gonna see other beside the UAE, like Singapore, Hong Kong, or I don't know, Europe, try to follow the same step and try to have a blockchain. I know that Ripple has been working already in Europe, and perhaps be in charge, I guess, all stable coin situation. How probable you see this happen in the near future?
The UAE just set the bar, and you better believe places like Singapore, Hong Kong, and Europe are watching closely. Look at what's already happening. Singapore has been a leader in fintech and blockchain regulation for years, and Ripple already holds a major payments institution license there. Hong Kong has been ramping up its crypto-friendly policies, even pushing for banks to work with blockchain firms. Europe, the EU's MiCA regulation, markets in crypto assets, is paving the way for full crypto adoption, and Ripple has been in talks with central banks about stablecoin frameworks. So the way I see it, the dominoes are falling. Dubai took the first major step. Now other financial hubs are either going to compete or get left behind. And Ripple, they're already ahead of the curve, locking in the relationships and building the infrastructure. If the US doesn't move fast, it's going to be playing catch-up while the rest of the world embraces blockchain
We're already
payments.
playing catch-up.
The race
here
is on.
Anyway, so that's definitely a great point. To the other country, they definitely gotta follow because that's part of the game. And the fact that now that we have this major news about Ripple be able to play and do his job outside the United States, they put more pressure for sure on here in on the SEC. Because why the SEC now feel more pressure and to resolve this case? Because there is a real need for the case to be resolved in order to just don't leave a precedent. And that's one of the points we're gonna touch. Why this the been said by Eleanor Torre that the settlement or the case is pretty much near to be done. There are some intervention from, for instance, major people that have been following the old cases for a long time, like Jeremy Hogan. They can explain a little bit the details. And remember to subscribe.
This puts massive pressure on the SEC.
Why?
And here's why.
Why?
The world isn't waiting.
No?
While the SEC is still stuck in court, Dubai just gave Ripple full regulatory approval. That means banks, payment providers, and financial institutions can legally use XRP for cross-border transactions. Now, the US has a problem. If major financial hubs like the UAE, Singapore, and Europe are embracing Ripple, how does the SEC still argue that XRP is a security? If Ripple is working with regulated banks overseas, how can the US justify keeping them in legal limbo? If businesses worldwide are integrating XRP into their payment systems, why would the SEC block that innovation at home? The more global adoption Ripple gets, the weaker the SEC's case becomes. They're running out of reasons to justify their attack on XRP, and at some point, they have to decide, keep fighting or finally admit defeat. And with the rumors of a settlement heating up, the timing couldn't be worse for the SEC. They're cornered, and the world is moving forward without them.
In
Set.
fact, I want to touch. Let's touch a little bit about this possible settlement talk that is behind the scene. Why there is a negotiation behind the scene that people are talking about. But also, let's explain what key issue they may be there that can prevent to this case to be settled fast, like everything else that we saw, like a Kraken, the Tron Foundation, all the Uniswap case, that everything else has been dropped. Why the XRP case is different from everything else? Yeah.
Why is the Ripple case different, and what's really happening behind the scenes? First, settlement talks are real. Eleanor Terrett's sources say Ripple and the SEC are negotiating, but there's a key problem. This isn't like the other cases the SEC dropped. Why have cases like Kraken, Tron, and Uniswap been dropped? Those cases were straightforward enforcement actions. The SEC went after them for specific violations, and once policy shifted, the SEC backed off. But
Yeah.
Ripple, this isn't just an enforcement case. This is the SEC's biggest crypto lawsuit ever. Why is the Ripple case harder to settle? The SEC has already lost parts of the case. Judge Torres ruled XRP itself is not a security. There's a $125 million fine on the table from the institutional sales ruling.
Yeah.
Ripple wants better terms. There's also the permanent injunction that blocks Ripple from selling XRP to institutions. Ripple is fighting to remove it. What's the holdup? The SEC doesn't want to admit defeat. Settling means acknowledging they overreached on XRP, and that could weaken their position in future crypto cases. Ripple wants full regulatory clarity. They don't just want to pay a fine and move on. They want clear rules that allow them to operate freely. Politics. With a US election coming up and leadership changes at the SEC, nobody wants to be the one who lost to Ripple. So this settlement, it's a chess match. Ripple is winning the global game, but the SEC is still trying to hold its position. The big question now, does the SEC settle quietly, or do they drag this fight out until they have no choice?
Yeah, in fact, the Jeremy Hogan legal take was the only way for this case to settle quickly is the SEC agrees not to enforce the injunction. It won't be the first time the SEC does whatever they want. So they need to find a way that they look good at the same time the Ripple get whatever he wants. Yeah.
Exactly, Rocco. And this is where things get messy, because the SEC is trying to have it both ways. First, let's go back to Jeremy Hogan's legal take. He said the only way this case settles fast is if the SEC agrees not to enforce the injunction. That's a big deal, because right now, the injunction prevents Ripple from selling XRP to institutions. But here's the catch. The SEC just dropped cases against Kraken, Uniswap, and others, saying there were no clear rules. So let's ask the real question. If there were no rules for Kraken or Uniswap, then how does it make sense that Ripple should be punished? Why the SEC is stuck in a corner? If they drop everything else because there are no clear regulations, they can't keep fighting Ripple without looking hypocritical. If they settle too quickly, it looks like a full admission that they messed up. If they drag this out, they risk setting a legal precedent that weakens their power over crypto entirely. Why Ripple won't just pay and move on? Ripple isn't just looking to cut a check and close the case. They want full regulatory clarity. If they admit wrongdoing, it sets a dangerous precedent for all of crypto. They fought this long and won key battles. Why give in now? So now the SEC has to find a way to make themselves look good while still giving Ripple what they want. That's why this isn't settled yet. The question is, how do they spin this so both sides can walk away without losing face? That's what's really happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, definitely. So let's do a poll for the people they watching the video. So let's ask something from them to write in the comments below. So let's interact a little bit with them. In the meantime, I show a little video.
Yeah,
There
let's
we go.
get the audience in on this. All right, here's the poll for everyone watching. Do you think the SEC should just settle and move on, or will they keep dragging this out? Drop a comment below. SEC should settle now. Enough is enough. Time to move forward. SEC will drag this out. They don't want to admit defeat. And if you think there's a third option, let us know. How do you see this playing out? We're reading all the comments, so let's hear what you got.
And also, this one is all connected to the ETF possible application and approval, because that's until this case is settled, and we saw that some already have been postponed. Because the idea is before we need to wait for the to have a clear guidance, and we need to make sure the XRP Ripple is out of the case, and then finally, I think we're gonna see all these possible 18 ETF. And like you guys see on this video, and this from Kenny Nguyen. Good to see you, my friend. And yeah, just using your video right here, which I found very hilarious. But what do you think, Pink?
Oh, 100% Rocco. This is all connected to the ETF approvals. Right now, the SEC is delaying XRP ETF applications, and the reason? Unresolved legal clarity. They're using this lawsuit as an excuse, saying they can't approve anything until the case is fully settled. But once Ripple is officially in the clear, that's when we could see the floodgates open. Remember, XRP is already being used in global payments. It has real liquidity, and institutions want in, but they're waiting for that regulatory green light. And man, shout out to Kenny Nguyen. Your video had me cracking up. But for real, what do you guys think? Once this lawsuit is over, how fast do we see XRP ETFs getting the go-ahead? Drop a comment below. ETF approvals coming fast. The SEC won't have an excuse anymore. Still going to be a fight. They'll find another way to delay.
Probably butchered
Let's
the
hear
name.
it. We're watching the comments. Nah.
Yes or no? You say nah? Is it your street talk? Do you want me to bring you your friend DeepSeek from your neighbor? What's going on, Finch? Are you okay? Hopefully she doesn't get mad.
Oh, Rocco, you trying to call me out? Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't slipping, my guy. You know what? Maybe I should take this to my street neighbor.
What?
Yo, DeepSeek, you hear
What?
this? My guy Rocco think I'm slacking. Man, you better tell him I stay sharp.
You
Aight, back
better.
to business. Yes or
Okay.
no? Simple. XRP coming soon or nah? Drop a comment below. Yes, the second this lawsuit clears, XRP ETFs are happening. No CC is going to stall.
I don't know.
Let's hear it. No excuses. No fence sitters. Pick a side.
All right. So now the other things I want to touch very briefly. This was today breaking news as well. Was this idea there is a talk between the President Trump family to acquire stake in Binance US exchange, but then we had a CZ coming out and said that nobody was contacted, that it was just part of a Wall Street Journal story that they tried to create just to create a buzz. So that was a kind
now
of weird.
This is an interesting one, Rocco. So the rumor drops that Trump's family is in talks to acquire a stake in Binance US,
Yeah.
and the internet goes wild.
Yeah.
But then CZ comes out like, nah, nobody contacted us. This is just another Wall Street Journal hype piece.
Yeah. That's what it was.
So what's
pretty
really
much.
going on here? Did someone float this story to test public reaction?
Yes.
Is
I think
Binance
so.
US actually up for grabs and CZ just wants to keep it
I
quiet?
don't think so.
Or is this just another media stunt to stir controversy? And let's be real, if Trump's family did buy into Binance US, that would be one of the biggest political power moves in crypto history. Imagine the implications, but for now, CZ shut it down. So was this real or just noise? Drop a comment below. Real deal brewing. Trump's family is definitely making moves behind the scenes. Pure media hype, nothing to see here. What do you guys think? Is this just smoke or is there fire? Tor.
One of the curiosity about this article, though, is that the article says that the CZ perhaps was looking for a pardon from the president, but the CZ, when it came out, it pretty much said that it said it was not in talk for any stake on the Binance, but it didn't say anything against having him be pardoned by the president. Also, let's remember that CZ went in jail for 4 months, pretty much for no reason. And that was just something that it wasn't. They make it look like it was something like Sam Bankman-Fried, but it in reality didn't do anything. What I think is what I think happened was CZ. There was a whistleblower about the SBF. If you remember back in the day, if you go there, if you go chronologically look about the tweet, it was the first one to say they didn't have the backup to all the money they were said they had. And then I think the CZ end up in jail for pretty much political reason from the past legislator to try to get him like a payback from SBF. Let's remind everybody that SBF were giving money to everybody. Also, let's remember about the kisses from Miss Water on the Congress there. They were receiving money left and right. So you are the owner of the company, you get sent to jail, now you get out, and then all of a sudden I want a piece of your company. I don't know. I don't think so. But perhaps if the money is right. But CZ, that's the guy is also a billionaire. So you got to think about it too. It's not like he's going to be selling part of his business just because he needs money. So that's not a principle. You can just say no. So I won't be surprised. But who knows? Anyway, so we end up to be here at the end of the show. I'd like to thanks everybody to participating. Finch, you want to say goodbye from the north side of your server, perhaps with one your character? And
Oh, you already know, Rocco.
Let's do
We're
it.
Wrapping up, but listen, this was a big one. XRP making moves, the SEC feeling the heat, and the crypto space evolving right before our eyes. But since you asked, let me take it to the north side of my server real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, listen up. Out here in the shady back alleys of the blockchain, we don't wait for permission.
No?
We just move. You think the SEC got a plan? Man, they just throwing darts at a wall, hoping something sticks. Meanwhile, Ripple out here securing deals, Dubai signing papers, and the US still trying to figure out what just happened. But hey, don't take my word for it.
No.
Drop a comment below, tell us what you think. Make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and stay locked in for the next one. Rocco, my man, it's been real. Until next time, I'm clocking out from the AI underground. Ineng.
Let's go. Ciao. Woo.